Alright, so work was long. I mean, it wasn't, but some parts are really dragged out, and there's good reason. But I'll go into that after everything else. Work was not bad. I did get really angry, but not because of work. Work was fine. I was just a checker. Travis was kind enough to swap self-checkout. Swap for self-checkout. Damn it, I said he was kind enough to swap for self-checkout. So I got to be at self-checkout, and he wanted to be in a check stand because he was bored. There's not a lot to do at self-checkout, but at least when he is checking, he can constantly go back and forth. Originally, he didn't want to be in the check stand. Then I think he got bored being at self-checkout. The fuck am I looking at? Oh, it's a bag. Excuse me. Like, I knew it was a package. I just didn't know what it was. It was a CVS bag. Wasn't busy. It was busy at first, and then it died down really quickly. Matt wasn't there today, unfortunately. I was really hoping he would have been, so I'd be able to give him a little card pack I bought for him. But he wasn't there, so that's unfortunate. However, now we go into the culmination of what had gotten me so angry earlier. I'm still irritated about it. I'm not ever going to let it go because it's one of my pet peeves, and normally I don't let those go when they happen. So, the Pokemon machine, right? Someone had told me that one of the boxes were in the Pokemon machine. So, I asked Violet if I would be able to go over and see what it was, and she allowed me to go over. Excuse me. When I went over, I thought it was a White Flare, Elite Trainer Box White Flare pack. You know, one of the large boxes with the winged Pokemon on it. It was not. Actually, it was a Scarlet. I thought he said white. No, he said Scarlet. It was a Scarlet and Violet 151 pack. You know, the ones that everyone fiend for. Unfortunately, that's not the one I wanted. I did want it, but it wasn't what I wanted at that moment. Because I wanted to get Matt a gift. He's really wanted an Elite Trainer pack. So I wanted to get one for him. Scott was there. He said that he would have got it for me. I would have just given him my card, then he would have bought it for me. Because technically I can't buy stuff on the clock. We're not supposed to buy anything on the clock. So I ended up not being able to get an Elite Trainer box. And Scott said he wouldn't buy the 151 for me because it was no longer a gift for Matt. It was now just going to be for myself. So he said that he would not get it for me. Which is understandable. It was disappointing, but it was still understandable. So, I told Travis when he's on lunch if he would be able to get it for me. He said he'll buy it for me. And apparently, he meant that as in right then. He didn't care about being on the clock. He would have just got it for me. I didn't understand it then, unfortunately. But moving on, I ended up going to the back room to help Violet. And Violet was asking what was in there. And I said, just a few small packs and one of the 151s that I want to get. I want to add it to my collection because it can have Mew or Mewtwo in it. She's like, cool. And then she was doing some more stuff with the pallets for like a minute. And then essentially beelined it for the vending machine and bought it, despite me saying that I wanted it for my collection. She still bought it. And it wasn't for herself. It was so she could give it to Laura, or Laura's husband, rather, because Laura was not there. So she could give it to Laura, who is a known scalper, so she can continue ripping other people off. And I fucking hate scalpers. What makes it worse is that Travis had asked her if it was, for her or for Laura. She said, no, it's for me. Just to end up giving it away to Laura's husband, who will then give it to Laura so she can try and rip people off. So, I was not happy. I was not whatsoever. I'm still not happy, because that's one of my pet peeves. Not only did she essentially just spit in my face, like being utterly disrespectful about knowing that I want this item and that I was close to getting it, just for her to, not on her break, go buy the item away and then sit in a fucking office for like 30 minutes waiting for Laura's damn husband just to give it to him. She lied to Travis. She pretty much didn't even start doing any work, really, until it was like at 9:30. Not happy. Very much not so. And I'm sure she knew that. For some reason, she was telling me that I was doing a good job and kept thanking me and appreciating me for all the stuff I was doing. Despite not really doing a lot. I just did things like I usually would. And did I ever get thanks before that? No. She's normally not the type of person to do that. So I'm fairly certain she overheard me talking. Excuse me, sorry. Certain she overheard me talking to Trish about her, about why I was in a bad mood. I think that's when she realized that she made me really unhappy, and she wanted to try and like cheer me up by, appealing to my pride, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't fucking work. Once you're on my, no chill list, you're gonna stay there. It's very difficult to get back from that list. So, yeah, that's how work went. Surprised I managed to talk about that for half the walk. Or the cough walk. Oh, someone over at the building. I don't see him over at the building, I can just tell. But yeah, otherwise, other than being irritated about that, I didn't even have to buy anything from the Pokemon machine. Not that there wasn't a pack I could have bought one of the Journey Together packs. I didn't choose to, because one, I wasn't on my break, or lunch, or anything. So I couldn't. Right, I couldn't buy it. But secondly, there was just no packs that were coming in. So there's literally not much I would be able to buy. There was only a few packs in that 151. That was it. Because I'm a petty person, I've thought about doing a lot of stuff. However, I'm not going to go through with that stuff because it doesn't make sense to affect everybody else because of my own feelings. However, that wouldn't stop me from considering doing that stuff. No, sometimes I can get really tempted, but then it's at that point where would I get in trouble for doing any of the things I was planning on doing or not? That's really what stopped me from doing any of that. Is that I didn't know if I would get in trouble for any of that. Technically, it would not be retaliation, so they would be able to discipline me for whatever I would have done. So. Also, if you're curious why the camera is like this, I'm holding my soda in my arm. I don't know why, I just don't want to hold my soda in my left hand. So. Yeah, I guess I can hold it like that. That's a bit better, but now it's just resting on my fingies. I would say the only thing that would be able to like get her back on the good side, you know, on my good side, would be buying me one of those packs. Because obviously, you know, she took that chance away. So if she were to give me a pack, that would essentially just mend what she had already done. I still wouldn't respect her very much. Because one, she bought it despite me knowing I wanted it. And two, she gives things to scalpers so they can rip off other people. I'm not that type of person where I can look at something and be like, wow, little kids want this item. And so do some adults, minus scalpers. I'm going to upcharge another $20 to see if someone's gonna buy it. And it's like, what the fuck? Really? Really? That's fucked. I've bought packs just to give to people because it would make them smile. It would make them happy. Like, I was going to buy a pack for Shanae so she can give it to her kids so they would have more Pokemon cards. I bought packs from Matt so he would be happy because I know he wants certain Pokemon from a certain card pack, which is why I even bought that card pack. Now I'm gonna go home, whip up some new stuff that I haven't tried before. It's just like different brands of shit. And play games. Tomorrow should be like a 1:30 p.m. shift or something until like 11. No, that's not right. Until like 10, I think, maybe. I don't know. I just know I should not stay up very late. Thankfully, there's not a lot of stuff for me to read or play games because I'm just going to do the challenge for Killing Floor 3. And if I keep playing it, which more than likely I will because I want to do the weekly, I would hop on like Mafia 3 for like a few hours. I still need to get through the actual tutorial section. Like, sure, it's like chapter 1 was completed, or chapter 2 is, you know, completed. I don't think I completed chapter 2, but you get the point. Yeah, if you're still teaching me things in the game, you're not done with the tutorial. Sure, if it's like a new tool or something, sure. But if it's just basic mechanics that should have been taught to you at the start, excuse me, like one of them is more knife combat and having to learn how to parry or counter or whatever it was, that's different. That's still a tutorial because that is a necessity for knife combat. Also, damn, it's unfortunate that there was like no one really here. Sometimes I can get like 15 people, and other times I can, you know, get like 20 people. At least like 6 or 4. But I've only had like one person flip through every so often, and that was it. And then they immediately like flip away, which makes it even more unfortunate. Not that I really care. This will still be uploaded anyways as an actual video. so people will always be able to go back and watch it. Sorry, that was me scraping my, along the back of my phone. So yeah, that was how today went. Not bad, but definitely could have been better. Well, the work day wasn't bad. As far as my usuals have enjoyed it. I put my glasses on because I don't want them to be on my head when I go inside. Because if I come over and he jumps on me or something, and I lean over, I don't want my glasses on. I know that he'll actually like jerk around, like look at what it was and scare him. Yeah, I know. I'm a completely different person with my glasses on. It's the Clark Kent effect. Have a good day, not even good afternoon. Be sure to subscribe, share the channel. Stay safe, everyone. Okay.